You are listening to the WYRD Mountain Gals Show. Prepare yourself.
Now it is in a widescreen and the recording is in progress. So we're just, uptown girls.
We are uptown girls. Yeah.
So how are you?
I don't know. Numb. How are you?
Disassociated.
Oh, I guess that's a better way to put it than numb, isn't it? It's like,
Pretty much the same.
Today I found myself, I was doing something, putting receipts together, I don't know what. And in my head, I was calculating the number of weapons I have in my house.
Mhm.
I mean, like actual weapons, not like the kitchen knives or my pastry fork or things like that. No, I mean actual. And it started with somebody saying, you either bring the justice or I bring the machete. And I thought, hey, I've got a machete. Huh? What else have I got? And then I just started going through all these things. And then this morning, that crazy Sandra Messer was just asking sort of a generic question about whatever on Facebook. And she said, and what is it with that man that sells rifles up by the bridge? And I went, well, has he got a 9mm? And she said, well, I guess if he's got rifles, he'd probably get you anything you need. Oh, and then we had this whole kind of riff on, does he live under the bridge? Is there a troll connection here? And it was just hilarious, but it has been a day of weaponry. Oddly enough, I've just been, lots of weaponry. And I know that is just symbolic of where I am right now.
I saw Chad Nesbitt videotaping. He was watching a man who had gone. I guess he was on New Leicester Highway, and I don't know if he was living in the sewer there or the drain, or if he just had business there of some sort. But Chad could not wait the day before the storm, could not wait to tell the police where he was at so they could go round up that heathen.
And was he living under that little bridge that goes over the railroad track?
No.
Near where the Salvation Army used to be?
No, it was right out in the open.
Huh.
And he just kind of looked around, and there's a big old house there on Leicester Highway that's like just a big house. It looks like it used to have borders or something in it. And he just looked around, and then he picks up this big heavy thing, and then he just goes down in it. And I just thought, how petty to begrudge somebody a home in the sewer. That's what I thought,
Well,
especially right before a storm.
And so much of all of this that we are dealing with as Americans is so damn petty.
Yeah, petty. We've had it so good.
How does it hurt you that person has that or does that or is that? How's that hurt you?
It didn't hurt me except to see, Chad dancing around about it. And of course, now here's the thing. I have to be honest. I didn't watch the whole thing. I couldn't. I was mad. So it could be that maybe he broke up some sort of drug trafficking ring or something like that. Sure didn't look like it though.
No, and I am just not in the place to give someone like that the benefit of the doubt.
Not anymore.
And maybe what he did was save that person's life because the police got him. At least he stayed warm in jail that night.
Maybe.
I mean, maybe that's what he was thinking, but we know it wasn't.
No, it wasn't. And it was just, but I bet you he went home and had a nice warm house. So, what do you think about that?
I think I'm not thinking about much of anything right now. I am. I've had a lot of people text me and say, "Damn, you're pretty powerful. You know, before that storm on Friday, you just said, well, just release the Epstein files. And by God, they did. I said, if I had any kind of power, it would not have been about that. It would
Although,
have been about wreaking justice,
yeah,
raining justice down like hot metal.
I don't know that it'll ever happen. Just don't know.
No, and somebody that you would know if I called her name, but I'm not going to because it's private. She has a relative that is in jail now for, oh, maybe embezzling $10,000, something like that. And so these people that are in jail, these poor people who were desperate, are in jail. But you know who's not ever going to go to jail?
Yeah.
Anybody on that list. They're just not going to go to jail.
Well, as of right now, and this is Monday,
Yes, ma'am.
and they released 3 million more files back on Friday, right before the storm, while everybody would be nice and distracted, I guess. And of course, that means there's 3 million more. And we know what some of them are because some of them have come out from the estates, you know.
Yeah.
And they implicate Donald Trump, and they're just not there. They just are not there. They haven't been released. There's just no record of them. He's already, once they started releasing them, they instantly started deleting files. It was just a total cluster.
Yeah, the DOJ website.
Yeah.
But by then, I mean, it doesn't take much. If you've got a powerful computer, it doesn't take much to download that many files. It just
But
doesn't. So they're everywhere.
they're everywhere, but it's, uh, they're so disgusting. Some of the stuff, no, just no. It's no wonder he wanted them to never be released. That's what I say to that.
I don't know. I mean, I do know, but I don't know.
I don't know.
I'm not yet seeing a way through. And you know, we did that big old hex last dark moon 2 weeks ago. And in it, a lot of us were saying, let it all be revealed. Let it be revealed. And now I'm thinking, whoa, boy, whoa. Sometimes you get what you ask for, don't you?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, I at this point, if it all got released, nothing would happen.
No.
Not here in this country. There have already been repercussions in other countries.
Countries with honor under the rule of law.
Yep. Yep. So patriarchy sucks. There's a t-shirt. Patriarchy sucks.
You know what?
What?
We're just beyond fucking t-shirts.
Yeah. Well,
If we don't do something, it is all lost. And I know I've been saying that for 20 years.
hmm?
That doesn't mean I'm wrong.
No, it doesn't mean that you're wrong. It just means, I don't know. I don't know, Byron. I mean, at this point, the bigger picture eludes me because I can't see a way out of it.
No, me
Does that
either.
make any sense?
No, it makes perfect sense.
So, you know,
Anyway.
I distract myself with Snoopy Jazz and, you know, whatever the latest obsession is on YouTube. Oh, I know what it is. It's Scammer Payback. I think I live
Wow.
vicariously through him.
That is pretty funny.
Yeah, the guy with the blue hair, and he's got a voice changer. So it's a Vox. That's what it's called, the voice changer. And
He's amazing.
he is, and his team, and they'll get in there and get on the phone with somebody who thinks he's an 83-year-old woman, and they're trying to scan her out of her bank account. And the whole time they're talking, he and his team are tunneling into their computers. And they just torture these guys afterwards because they
don't
hate him
torture
so
him
much.
enough.
Say that again?
they don't torture them enough.
Mm-mm.
Torture them more.
I agree. The guy's name is Pierogi, as in the roll.
Yes, yes.
You roll like pierogi. Anyway, yeah, I don't know why. I think I was just going on at the mouth about my latest internet thing, whatever that is.
It's
Scammers.
good though.
What about you?
I've been doing a little writing, not much. I reinstituted my blog
Oh, good.
on my website.
That's great.
Then I was looking at the website, and Annie, the amazing editor Annie, said, "Yeah, we're gonna clean some shit up off of that." So I'm working on that, just doing kind of piddling stuff. I've been doing a lot of cooking.
Gotcha.
Um, yeah, I'm just disassociating.
Well, I finished our Substack page. So, y'all, if you
Oh,
were
good.
of the Substacking nature, we are weirdmountaingals.substack.com. I would appreciate it if you come find us and let me know what I need to do to make it better for y'all, okay?
Well, you gonna send me the link and the how to, and I'll just write some stuff for our Substack.
Please do.
Easy
Yes.
peasy.
Yeah, that'd
I
be
mean,
awesome
right now it's easy peasy.
right
When
now.
I'm on the road, it won't be so easy peasy. But right now, easy peasy.
We can handle it. Well, I'm looking forward to I'm not looking forward to you being out of the country, but I'm looking forward to you getting to go. You know what I mean? Does that make any sense?
Yeah, yeah. And I'm about ready. I'm working on my classes now.
Are you?
Yeah,
You
I'm
ready
teaching
to
like three times a day.
I think you
So
mentioned that. Yes.
yeah.
That's all right.
So
And
well, you say it's all right because you ain't teaching three classes a day, but
well,
for 6 days, 5 days.
y'all put you up
Anyway,
for that.
I will. Yeah, who signed me up for that? Um, I just have to be really clear about what all those classes are. So
And
I'm not pulling that out of my straw hat.
thank you for taking the high road there on that phrase. Uh, boy, last week I did some crowing out of some things and some cutting out of some entire sections and
Mm,
all of that stuff. And
yeah.
it made it sound like it was kind of like a little
Mm,
blase day.
mm. Oh, it's
And it
all
sort of
fine.
was,
It's fine.
relatively. So,
God,
anyway,
what are you?
are you at the shop tomorrow?
No, because I took the day off because I'm supposed to be up at my daughter's
Oh,
in the high country,
gotcha,
but I
gotcha.
can't get there. Have you left the house yet?
No,
How
have
can
not.
you?
And I don't even care if I do or not. Well, I have to go tomorrow. I've got a doctor's appointment with the allergy guy. And then
Uh-huh.
I have that big doctor's appointment in Statesville on Thursday. I doubt I'll be going because we're supposed to be getting some more on Wednesday night,
Are we? I thought it was
supposedly.
just gonna get cold.
Let me see. That's what I was hearing this afternoon. Let's see. I'm sure it's changed.
Of course, and it'll change all the way.
Yeah. But yeah, the last I heard, and my little guy, Max Velocity, was just having a blast. Did I already tell you this story where they pay him, they do the thanks and the super thanks and the buy me a coffee and all that stuff on YouTube?
Uh-huh.
So on this day, he was in his element. There were 89,000 people who were watching him. It was a big coming snow. There were
Oh my
lots of
God.
thanks and super thanks coming in and all of this stuff. And somebody sent him some money and so he read their name on the air like he did with all of them, okay? And and except they had spelled out butthole and they'd spelled it in such a way where he didn't realize what he was saying. So it's kind of like he said it
Oh
3 or 4
no.
times trying to get it right.
Oh
And then, then he
no.
realized what he was saying. And he gets this look on his face. And he was like, yeah, okay, good line. And I watched a fella during this storm over the weekend, and I kind of felt a little embarrassed that I was watching him because it was fascinating to me. But it was probably midnight or 12:30 or something like that. And he was out riding around in the worst part of the storm, just like you should never do, you know? And that's what he
Oh,
was that's what he was doing. And I thought, and he was so laid back, it was like I expected any minute to see a margarita in his hand or something, you know.
was he in a like a four-wheel drive vehicle or?
Yep, I'm assuming so because I
Wow.
didn't see him wreck. But I kept watching him though because every now and then he'd pull up to the beach and you could look out and you could see it snowing
Oh,
on the beach. And it was
oh, how nice.
so beautiful. Oh, so beautiful. I've seen it at the beach. I've seen it snow at the beach several times now, and it's just never doesn't thrill me. Yeah, they're saying Wednesday there's a 50% chance of evening snow showers.
Oh, jeez. Well,
Phooey.
I'll tell you what I did last time, and y'all that follow me on Facebook know this, is that they started ginning up oh, here comes another winter storm. Oh no, and there wasn't a loaf of bread to be found in fucking Buncombe County anywhere. And I went outside on Friday and I smelled the air. And I knew so many old folks when I was a kid. They go out and they go, then they'd stick their finger in their mouth and hold it up to see which way the wind was blowing. And then they decide, they tell you it's gonna snow, it ain't gonna snow, it's gonna rain, whatever it's gonna do. So I did that, I walked outside and went, stuck my finger in my mouth and put it up, and I just went, well, it sure does smell like snow this time.
Yep.
So
Uh,
I guess on Wednesday I will do the same thing. I will go outside and do that and decide if it's going to snow or not. Because I'm telling you, the weather services just simply don't know. And there's no critique of them necessarily. It's just that these mountains they behave in funny ways.
True. And
Yep.
yeah. Okay. I have nothing to add to that. I agree with you. They do the best they can, I'm sure. And
Yeah, I'm
they
sure they
want
do.
people to buy advertising and people whenever there's a big snow, that's a profitable time, you know, for
Of course.
certain demographics. And so, you know, it pays them to get the viewership and to get the people to come on and yeah, they'll do their stuff. And now, of course, everything has changed since YouTube and social media has come around. For instance, one of the things that the local meteorologists do now that they never had to worry about doing before is they all do broadcasts on YouTube now. And I don't know if they aggregate it out to other places or not. But I do know that they do reels and they do short videos and then they will do live streams as well. So Chris Justice, who is whatever Channel 4, I guess it is, he comes on the 6 o'clock weather on Channel 4, at which point he's already been online and done one live broadcast and a reel and a video. See,
Wow.
so it's more work for him, I guess, but they do see more people.
Mm-hmm.
And they're up against these young punks, these young kids with their hair and their rock and roll music and and their young minds and those kids that are some of these weather geeks today because they are sharp. They're really sharp. There's a kid, I swear he looks like he has to get his mom to drive him to the radio station or wherever it is he works.
Oh,
And he's a weather guy somewhere in Charlotte, and his last name is Mendel. And it's
uh-huh.
something like Gerald Mendel or something. And I just want to say, oh, look at him. He's going to be a weatherman when he grows up, you know. And, but then he opens his mouth and he just is so sophisticated and knowledgeable. And then I think, God, I'm just, must be ancients because they seem young to me. I must be getting really old.
Well, yeah, everybody is. If we're lucky, we're getting old. But the thing about some of these young folks like that is that they are super passionate about one thing, and they know everything there is to know about it, and they want to make it into a song, and they want to get a whole bunch of people doing spray paint art, and they have this. So it's both deep in this one subject, but
Mhm.
it's also very broad, and that they bring in all their friends who do other things to get passionate about that thing they're passionate about. And that's beautiful to watch. I love seeing that.
I like watching them come together and do stuff too. I mean, they give me hope. That's for sure.
Well,
I've
and
already,
the thing about us, people our age, is that we got too many irons in the fire. So we can't go as deep as a 19-year-old with an obsession. We just can't.
let me think about what you said there. Are you saying that when you say we have too many irons in the fire, you're talking about our day-to-day living things that are
Yeah.
just grown-up stuff,
Yeah.
and the 19-year-old doesn't have the grown-up responsibilities? Hmm.
Probably not.
Well, that's an interesting thought.
But they also have access to a style of internet presentation that is comfortable and easy for them, that's not comfortable and easy for most of us.
Yeah.
So that they can do just what you were talking about. They can do their YouTube piece. They can run over and do an Insta live. They're up on Reddit. They're doing all of those different things, but it's all the same thing. So they're doing the same thing on a bunch of different platforms and in a bunch of different places, but
They're
it's the same
aggregating
thing.
it,
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
which is, Podbean does that for us to a certain degree. But there are a lot of
What does?
Podbean.
Oh, yeah, yeah, it does. It does.
Yeah, Podbean helped get the podcast out everywhere. And if we want something else besides just an audio podcast now, we'll have to, decide where that ends up being. We've got channels everywhere. We do.
Hmm.
So,
And see, but that's the stuff I don't know. That's why I'm so excited. Huh? I went back to my blog and figured out how to access that again, and there was some kind of hitch with it, and Annie got that fixed really fast. Oh, I can blog again. Well, I've been blogging for more than 20 years. That's not a new thing.
no,
That's me beginning to pull myself back out of some of these social media platforms that don't serve me.
right. And I agree with doing it. I mean, at this stage of the game, you're not under a lot of pressure to just keep growing and growing and growing and growing and growing.
No, in fact, my followers on Facebook now, I've got almost 14,000 followers, and that's nothing compared to what some of these people have. But it's starting to make me uncomfortable.
Well,
So I see people and they got 1 million followers, and I'm like, oh, I just can't imagine it.
well, it takes over their life.
Well, it would have to, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it would. Unless they, and it would just, yeah, I don't see you wanting to do that. You keep your balance right where it is. It's perfect. So, so I thought about you this weekend because of the holiday.
Yep.
Yep. And I realized that the house, or excuse me, the place where my buddy Gary lives,
Oh,
belonged
uh-huh.
to a woman who must have been very involved with Bridget because her name
Oh.
was Bridie. Mhm.
Oh,
She was from
that's so
Ireland.
s- that's so sweet.
Yeah. So I had a lot of
How's he
Bridie thoughts this weekend.
how's he doing?
Always good. Gary's always
Good,
good. Yeah.
good.
He was, he and I we always get together when there's a snow event and we talk about how much we're glad that we don't have to be at work for the
Uh-huh.
snow. We did it. So that was that's our tradition, as it always has been. And so that's what we talked about this last time we talked. No.
I had lunch last week with a friend of mine, and the gal that was our server used to run Possibilities in West Asheville. That was her restaurant, her and her mom. And I spent a lot of time there when that place was open because it was near my daughter's school. So, I'd hang out there. So I saw her in the bathroom when I was getting ready to leave, and I said, well, they told me that you were the Possibilities lady. And she said, oh, yes, we had a good time doing that. And then she stopped and she said, well, we didn't actually have a good time doing that, but we really appreciated our regular customers and all that stuff. And she said, but you know what? I don't wake up in the middle of the night now wondering if the lettuce is going to be delivered or if the person who said she was going to come in to work noon is going to work lunch. She said, I don't have to worry about any of that stuff now. And so, yeah, I just want to say, you've never owned a shop, have you?
No. No, what I did was I had booths, at these antique stores.
Yes.
And that was fun.
Well, and that, I think that makes more sense to me than a shop.
Yeah.
Because you know what it costs to rent anything. You can't rent a toll booth in this town. If there was a toll booth, which there is not.
Although we did get a toll ticket right outside of Charlotte. So it's getting closer to Asheville all the time.
Yes. Oh, because we were in your car, so I didn't see that.
Well, I mean, I didn't see it either.
Yep. Well, you must have gotten a letter about it.
Got the letter, got the fine, all of that.
Yeah.
It's like, well, okay, whatever. Here you go. There's your $5.
I was going to say, let me know if I owe you anything.
No,
yeah. Where was I coming from? Somewhere in the middle Atlantic states. I don't remember. Anyway, I was coming around DC. So I must have been in Maryland. I was coming around DC and my navigation put me into like an HOV lane. And I was like, well, I don't know. Can I be in one of these? And the answer was no, you cannot be in one of those because then you're going to be getting a letter in about 10 days that says, well, you didn't have no HOV sticker. No. And yet there you were in that HOV lane. This is your car, isn't it? With a little photograph of the back end of my car. And I was like, yeah, but it wasn't my fault. You don't understand. The navigation told me to do that, and I just did it. And I could just hear, I could hear them say, well, if the navigation told you to drive off the George Washington Bridge, would you do that too? Probably. I probably would.
It depends on with how much authority do they say it. But if it's a suggestion, then maybe I won't take it.
And I get that is so much easier and probably cheaper for them to do it that way. But I got to say, when I'm going up through West Virginia and I got 3 toll booths to drive through, and I really like it. It's a break from the road, and you have an interaction with a human being. And you can tell what kind of day they've had by what the interaction is. And I've always got some country music blaring or some bluegrass blaring. And I got my $4 and a quarter in my hand. Shoot. And I
That's a lot.
handed out the window.
Yeah, but you know what? Cost?
Yeah, but you know what? Dang. They got good roads. Unlike here.
Do you remember when this state used to be called the highway state because we had the best roads around?
Yes, ma'am.
And that was our pinnacle, and it went down from there.
Yeah, we used to have good schools. We used to have good roads. We used to be called the state of the arts. But then, you know who took over our North Carolina General Assembly? People who can't even manage to write a budget. That's how I may take that word back. I don't want to be saying that.
What?
That's how awful they are. And that's how incompetent they are. That entire General Assembly. And I guess there's not enough in there with any brains to have any kind of influence on the rest of them. There. I've stopped bitching about Chuck Edwards because we're getting ready to throw his big slimy ass out of office. But now I'm on the whole General Assembly now, every one of them.
Well, you know what I did? Went back and I reread a children's book called The Emperor Has No Clothes.
Emperor's new clothes. But
Yeah.
Daddy, he's naked. That man's naked. Well, I guess I can focus on the General Assembly because I don't know how many of them's on the Epstein list, but probably not very many. But I mean, what does it say about a group of people that cannot put a budget together? They can't. We're the only state in the union that does not have a budget because our majority in the General Assembly can't agree with each other to do a budget.
What is
It's
it?
not like they're not fighting with the Democrats. They're fighting with each other and they can't manage a budget. That's that level of incompetence is infuriating.
Well, it's infuriating, but it's also becoming almost normal anymore. That's
For
the
them, for
thing.
sure.
That's the thing. I mean, if you look at the level of stuff that's coming at the American public news-wise, that is, here's a story, here's a story, here's another one, and another one, another one, another one over here. And this all happened in the last 24 hours.
Yeah.
It's the big things are getting away from us
Yes.
because there's so much other gafla flying around. So, can I give you a for instance?
Oh,
The
please.
I may just cut this out, but you know what they're doing in Georgia? They went and seized all that,
Yeah.
uh,
Yeah.
those records. Well, all it is a practice run for this coming election. And I
Oh.
got to say one more thing now that I'm at it. I'm sorry.
Uh-oh. The disassociation is stopped.
This is why I have to disassociate. It's because, all right, Epstein, right? I can't help it. I'm listening to it. I'm not like obsessively looking over every document because that would that would be too much for me to handle. Okay, time wise as well, not just trauma wise. But what I don't get, and I just had a phone conversation with this person this afternoon. This person genuinely cares about the fate of children, specifically unborn children.
Oh, of course.
This person also cares so much about the baby trade that they told me this long story a couple of years ago about shopping at Temu and babies being sent over in chiffon and stuff like that. If you order a piece of furniture from Temu and you open it up, there's a child in there, you know.
Oh,
Seriously,
Lord.
this person really believed that children were being trafficked in that way. Okay. So now, and powerful people were doing it. And this just had to stop. Okay. She was very concerned about it. And this exact same person is dismissing this Epstein stuff as a bunch of nonsense. So it's like, okay, was she just overloaded? Has she just been so overloaded now that this stuff doesn't matter anymore? Or what? What's the deal?
Wow.
Is it because I take this person, I talk to this person all the time and I consider, or not all the time, but as much All right, let's be honest. I talk to this person at least once a month. Okay.
Right?
That's all the time. But this person is relatively smart, and I just don't understand that. That's why this whole disassociation thing, and that's why I made that one of the reasons that I made that comment about how can you possibly be concerned to the level that you should be concerned about every story that comes in when there's so many of them that you can't divide your attention to that degree. I mean, when
No,
did I
but
stop worrying or talking or thinking about Venezuela
right.
and so on and so
Well,
forth?
because nothing changed in Venezuela.
Well,
We didn't
right.
go in and change the government. We just took out the president and first lady.
Yeah,
And I say we with quotes around it.
yeah,
I didn't do it and you didn't do it.
yeah.
Well,
But
okay, I'm going to say one thing, maybe two. One is, for years we've been talking about the concept of pick three, that if you are somebody who is very, very involved in figuring out community and how community works and is a news junkie like I used to be, I just can't do it anymore,
yeah,
then it is incumbent on you to pick three things that you're going to focus on. You can't focus on all of it. You just can't. And right now, I would say for most people, pick two things. Because if one of the things you pick is your concern for children, then you're going to be up to your eyeballs in all of that right now. If one of the things you choose is the environment, again, up to your eyeballs.
mm,
So, but you got to narrow it down and you've got to have faith that there are people of good heart and strength who are looking at all the things you're not looking at. And that's hard. It's a really hard thing.
yeah, it is. And I agree with you. And I try to pick, I try to lower the amount of things that I'm paying close
Mm,
attention to
good,
because even even though I kind of feel like, oh shit, what if, I know that I have limits to what I can handle,
for sure.
but the stuff comes in at a rate that is just astounding for me, and it feels like, or sometimes, not all the time, but there was a couple of days last week when it was here's a news bombshell and another one and another one and another one. It's like, I got enough right now.
And I just imagine that that's intentional. That that if they can the
Flood the zone.
news, flood the
Didn't
zone with all that stuff, all those things you need to be outraged about,
Yeah.
then you are going to shut down like I have shut down right now. And it's not going to last. We all know it's not going to last. But yeah, I would have said she was a friend a year ago, but
Okay.
I have a person who was a colleague, and she, uh, Appalachian woman. That's we had that Appalachian connection. We always talked about folkways um, and healing and all that stuff. Well, she had a little business uh, that had the word witch in the title, and then this last year she got saved, and she took the word witch out of her business. Well, that was strike number one as far as I'm concerned. And so I called her on it, and I didn't do it publicly, but I sent her a note and I said, so you're trying to tell me now that you love Jesus, that Jesus doesn't love witches? Is that what this is all about? She said, well, no, but I had to think about like where I live and that. Well, she had never had to think about that before
It was a
when
business
she
decision,
when
huh?
she yes, when she used that word. She
Mm,
never thought about it before
mm.
because it felt appropriate for her. But now she's found Jesus. That's not so appropriate. So sometime I'm probably on Saturday, I guess. And there's no question she is a Trump supporter, she is right wing, she is all that stuff. And I've just kind of sucked it up and said that's just how she is, and she's in a whatever, whatever. Um, but she said, well, I hope all you people have been talking about releasing those files. I hope you're right now reading every one of those 3 million sheets. I just hope you're happy. And
Yeah.
so she had some people who called her out on that. And she had a couple people who said, yeah, that's right. They just causing trouble. You know how they are, uppity. And I just came in and I said, well, I'm pretty sure I won't have time to read 3 million pages of anything, but I am glad it was released. She said, well, I wasn't talking about you. Well, she was talking about me, whether she intended that or not, because I was the one who on Friday morning said, release the Epstein files.
Mm-hmm.
The hell are we waiting on? So now my dilemma with her is I've put up with her right wing and her attitude. Well, oh y'all, blah 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 blah. I've put up with that for so long, and I'm telling you that is such an Appalachian thing. It's like I will let you get away with just about anything if you do not have that smart ass, holier than thou attitude. But once you pull that out on me, then I'm done. I'm done.
Yeah.
And and as is the story with anybody like me, I have done her a solid more times than I can count.
Mm.
I have held her hand when someone she loved was dying. I've held the hand of her and her husband while somebody they loved was dying. And yet, it's okay to be that way. And I'm just battling that a little bit. Because it'd be easy enough to just disappear her, not see her in my social media ever again, which I've done with a couple of people that, again, are Appalachian folks, and we got our ways, and we got our ways of thinking and doing. But
Well,
yeah,
you
it's a
know,
hard thing.
you're going to have to engage with somebody like that eventually if you keep them on your page.
Exactly.
Yeah. If you don't keep them on your page, you may
I
still
can't watch
someday,
them.
but you don't have to see them. And so it's like my little guy says, the one that I watch all the time, the scientific savage. He he's he looks like some character out of some Viking movie, and he's always got some profound piece of wisdom that he gives you in about 5 seconds. And he always says, "Protect your peace." Yeah, I take his advice on that.
Yeah, I do. I do as much as I can,
Yeah.
but
Hey,
yeah,
that could be your superpower for all you know. Protect your peace and
yeah.
be able to be at peace during all this chaos in the world.
How do you do it though? You tell me how you do it.
I quit caring about certain things, certain people's opinions. I said,
Oh,
okay, so
well,
I
for
have friends.
sure. I mean, that's the easy part.
That's the easy part. I mean,
Yeah.
the person that I talk to that I'm telling you about,
Uh-huh.
I still like this person. I do. But my opinion of this person has completely changed, you know. But I still think this person is smart and mostly means well, but I think this person is limited. She's limited. And people who are limited, they can't think past what they've been told to think.
Well, and you say she's been limited, like that's something that was put on her. She limits herself.
Maybe, maybe. I mean, I
And
do a lot
and
of crap like that too.
and
Whoops.
I am as you know, never was Christian. Never feel like I need to be very forgiving about things. Part of that is my astrological stuff. But I'm tired of giving people a pass when they're just being stupid. Well, but I know, oh, she had a terrible life, or oh, he, blah, blah. I'm tired of giving people a pass.
Well,
Either
I know you to
I'm
be a
Yoda
person.
about this. I'm
Well,
Yoda. Either do or do not. There's no in between.
well, I've known you to be very forgiving and overlook a lot in your life
You
from
have
other
not.
people. Yes, I've seen you overlook a lot. But I mean, I don't know. I kind of feel like let them go. And the one who wins is the one that is least affected by it. See? So it's like, okay, go be a dumbass.
Yeah,
I
and
like you
honestly,
anyway.
that's easy enough to do one-on-one with people.
Yeah.
But there's stuff I'm not only can I not let it go, I refuse to let it go. I refuse to let it go. And the mess that we're talking about right now, this Epstein mess, I'm never letting this go.
No.
I mean, I've said more than once, I've despised Joe Biden since the Anita Hill hearings. So I'm like a snapping turtle and I can hold a grudge till lightning strikes. But the
Well,
next question about all of that is, what do you do about it? I mean, me holding a grudge is just like, another grudge Byron's got, whatever. But what do you do about a situation like this one
I tend to
or
think,
others?
well, I think, and this is a me thing, I think that it all weaves together through your life. And let me see if I can find words to put this in. It'll come out sometimes and in a surprising way for you. If you leave it alone and it galls you, but you just walk away from it, then every now and then, out of the clear blue, boom, it'll pop back out. But there are people who are able to make peace with the most egregious sins against them. And I don't, I believe it's a survival trick for them. I believe they have to do that because
Oh, I believe
otherwise it would
that.
just eat them up. So I think that's where I started kind of beginning to think that the one who is the least affected is the one who wins. It's like, okay, I'm not going to let you ruin my life because you've done this horrible thing. I'm just going to know that you are capable of doing a horrible thing, and I'm going to stay away from you and stay in my nice, happy life. Like, you know, um, so far, the times that I've done that in my life, it seems to have worked. And I've watched other people do that. I've watched other people walk away from some things that if it had happened in, say, in Robbinsville back in 1975 or something, there would have been gunshot over it. And now, I mean,
Yeah,
I'm not bragging on that. That's not anything to brag about. That's just the sad reality of living in these hills sometimes. But I've watched women, especially, who have, they've had children and they've lost them. They've had children and had to watch their kids go without. And they've had children and, and had some more children and had some more children and still worked. And, you know, how many of them are bitter about their life? Have you ever
and
been
and
around
how
one?
many and how many of those children, to use that example you just used, how many of those children got away as fast as they could? And how many of those children would have been better off if she or her family or social service agencies had been able to put a stop to why her life was so miserable?
Well,
Because I don't believe, I mean, we've seen too many generations of Appalachian women who have been abused, neglected, and they just stuck by it. They just stayed in it. And I don't know whether they were forgiven the source of all that misery, if they were looking towards their heavenly home. And so they could deal with that source of misery. But it seems to me like what you need to do is get your ass out of the source of misery, however whatever it takes to do that. So I'm, as we all know, I'm not very forgiving about a lot of things. I can let things go, and I have let things go. And you know some of the things I have let go.
yeah,
But there are things, and I teach this when I'm counseling people, and I tell them there are things that are unforgivable. A stepdad raping a kid, unforgivable. So don't tear yourself apart trying to figure out how you're going to find it in yourself to forgive him. Just write it off and say what he did was unforgivable.
yeah,
Lots of reasons why he did that, I'm sure. If he got some good counseling, all of that would be revealed. But me knowing the reason why does not help get that child the kind of help it's going to need.
right.
So there are things, the world is just hard. And it always has been. It probably always will be. But there's some hard things coming down the pike right now that they're difficult to either hold on to or to let go.
Yeah. But when you said that, it was just like fireworks in my brain. I was connecting this dot with that one and that one with what you were saying. And it's true. Whew, we, hey, no, I don't even want to say it out loud because we're in a fragile enough place right now.
Oh, mercy, are we for sure?
So I need to be careful of what I say and how heavy my footsteps are sometimes.
That's a good way to put it. How heavy my footsteps are.
Yeah.
I just focus on community. That's what I've been trying to do, and to get some things going where people can say what they need to say.
Yeah. Well, and that's empowering. I use the word empower. That was such a cliche word anymore. To
Golly,
hear
isn't
that
it?
said.
Like even the word authentic has become a
Inauthentic.
cliche. Yeah,
Yeah. It's so
golly,
fake. The word authentic is so fake now.
so fake.
You said that meme going around that said, I looked at my, now I'm paraphrasing, it said, I looked at my ironing board and it was wrinkled and I laughed at the irony. And then I laughed at the word irony.
Yes, yes. I actually posted that last week.
Was
I
that
just
you?
thought it was
Okay.
so
That was a good
funny,
one.
so funny.
I
Also,
thought so
because
too.
I got a big stack of ironing that needs to be done. I could do that
Oh,
tomorrow.
oh no.
Yeah,
Well,
I'm getting all my tax paperwork ready so Joe can work on the taxes,
I gotcha.
all
Well,
them receipts.
I was thinking about you this weekend, and I was wondering what you were doing and if you were doing taxes and all of that stuff. And I know that it was a big weekend for you.
Could have
And
been.
I like to celebrate it when I can. And in my mind, I celebrated it some, you know?
Well, it was funny because I was racing around last week to get enough candles to do this thing, and went to three different places, got plenty of candles. I got 104. I've got a gross of candles,
Mm,
and then on Friday with the weather, in retrospect, we could have done our public ritual because the snow didn't really start until after that would have been done. But I didn't know that. So I just went ahead and said, look, in an overabundance of caution, I'm going to go ahead and cancel tonight. And most everybody on our circle of counsel was like, well, yeah, that just seems like the right thing to do. There was one person that was like, what? It's not supposed to start snowing until tomorrow. And everybody was like pulling out these weather reports. And I just thought, I don't know that I would be able to focus on doing this ritual if the whole time I'm like craning my neck over to look out the door or the window to see if it's snowing yet. So,
Not many people
yeah,
would show up for it either.
I don't think so. I think it would have been a small
Yeah.
group, which is fine. I'm perfectly happy with a small group. But yeah, I just it felt funny like that wrinkled ironing board that I raced around to get all of those candles, and then on
Hmm.
Friday I just went, "No, we ain't doing it.
Hmm.
We ain't doing it."
Nope.
But
Well,
I got a lot of candles for next year.
it's tried. Well, I think it was understood. I think she understood. Bridie understood.
Oh, no question, no question. We've never had to cancel anything for Emilk before, because usually this time of year we're having pretty nice weather. It would be cold, but it would usually be clear and not this cold. But we got hit with something a little different this year.
You know, it just kind of struck me when you said that holy crap, we're in February, baby. It's planting time coming on.
Yeah. Yeah,
I better get with it. I need a plan.
I usually plant I plant onions in that January thaw that we did not have. So I got onion sets that are ready to go in.
You're
Yes, so
crazy.
and I've got a little short row of spinach that is
Oh
under
yeah.
the snow. It's under the snow right now. But it got thinned out in the last warm spell, which I guess was beginning of January. And it'll be fine. I'll have nice spinach in probably a month, unless it stays at 9 degrees at night, then I won't.
I don't know. You can plant kale this time of year too, can't you?
You can, unless the ground's frozen solid.
Well, I saw you can plant it then too if you want. But anyway, no,
It
I
wouldn't do your trowel or your hoe much good.
mhm. Well, now I forgot what I was gonna say. Oh yeah, I saw a video and it was 12 varieties of vegetables that you can plant once that will grow forever. Okay.
Yeah.
Supposedly they don't need any upkeep, basically. And so I've got those kind of put aside. I haven't really watched them, haven't taken the time to yet. Maybe I will in the next couple days. And I also found a guy who does all of this these different ways to plant potatoes. Now I
Oh,
don't know about you, but I like potatoes from the garden. I
uh-huh.
like new potatoes, just lightly cut up and skin on them and everything, and just flash, just in a little tiny bit of butter, just
Oh,
flash
yeah.
fried in a tiny bit of butter,
Maybe with some
and
parsley on them.
yeah, just get them
Mm.
crispy and a little bit of parsley. I love potatoes like that, and I just, Irish. I like potatoes, but these people, he plants them. He'll take a box like an Amazon delivery box and he'll cut two holes, excuse me, 10 holes in the bottom of it. Then he'll prepare the dirt underneath it with about 4 or 5 inches of some good compost.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, then he puts his layer of compost inside the box, puts the potatoes in there, puts another layer of compost, and then the mulch. And then he walks away. And he comes back at the end of the season, the growing season, and he's put three in there, three seed potatoes, and there'll be 25 or 30 potatoes in that little box. And of course, the box will turn into compost real fast. So I think that's cool. And then there's a dude or the same dude, he'll also kind of do a version of that in a trash can. And
Uh-huh.
he'll have 100 potatoes out of one trash can. It's like
I
that
saw,
just, it's too easy. It sounds too easy.
well, taters are easy. Another thing you can do are those tall plastic laundry hampers, because
Yeah,
then the leaves of the potatoes grow out of the sides of the hamper, and the hamper itself just fills up with taters.
that's an interesting idea. Matter of fact, I am looking at one of those right now. It's just one of those standard trash cans. It's a hamper, excuse me, and it's got the little holes in it.
Mm-hmm.
That is a good idea. Thank you. Boy, the neighbors are really going to get an eyeful if they come to our backyard this year.
Well, good for you. You had so much fun with that last year.
Yeah, I did. And I'm looking forward to just doing that again. Yeah. She has such a good area. There's so much sun here. And
Mm-hmm.
so
That's
that's a
good.
luxury for me. So doing that. And I'm not, I'm ready. I'm ready to go. You're going to be across the ocean for some of that. Some of the
I
planting season.
I am it with good luck this month and a change in weather.
Hmm.
I will get all of my brassicas in the ground before I leave on the 14th. So I'll have my broccoli, my some cabbages, some cauliflower. I'll have all that stuff in the ground. And I'll just hope for the best, leave it up to them little garden spirits that are so helpful.
And then when you come back, you'll know whether
Yeah,
you
I'll
did or not.
know.
What's
Yeah,
the
we'll
thing that you're
know.
looking the most forward to being over there?
Nothing. Nothing.
Nothing.
Uh-uh. I haven't gotten to that place yet. Right now,
Mm.
it's all details and making sure that whole group, I've got all their information and what they want to be called and all that stuff. I mean, I will look forward to it. And when I saw the organizers from Rent Adventures, when was that? 2 weeks ago, I guess. And I got pretty excited about it. But right now there's other things ahead of it that have to
Mhm.
be done. Taxes have to be done. I've got two festivals ahead of that I have to do. There's stuff coming up from other festivals. Like I'm supposed to be doing a thing at the end of April in Florida, and they've already announced that I'm going to be there, but they haven't contacted me about are they paying me to come or am I just driving to Florida to sell books and teach classes because that's a long way to drive for that. And also it's just I don't know, it's just a matter of good manners, isn't it? That you would check with somebody that you've already been advertising is going to be at your event. You might want to check with them to see if they can, I don't know, be at your event.
It just doesn't
So
make any sense.
no, it doesn't. But
I don't-
so yeah, so it's little things like that. So right now I feel like an old plow mule and I'm just
Mm.
plodding forward. I got my list and I got like three lists and I'm just going through the list,
Mhm.
checking things off one by one.
Yeah, I
Oh,
got it.
crazy.
And then the day will come when you can sit back and worry about what you're going to pack in your suitcase and start looking forward to seeing your friends and all of that.
Yes, it will be because there's several people that are coming on this trip that I really have great affection for. So that's going to be nice.
Yeah.
And it was funny yesterday, a friend of mine uh, she sent me a little video of um, like a parade through a town after dark, and it was a fire parade for Bridget. And I went, "Oh, that's lovely." And she said, "Yes." And I was at the something, 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 and I went, "Oh my God, are you in Kildare?" And she said, "Yes." I said that in that first thing. I'm in Kildare. So then I got to visit with that part of Ireland that I love so much. And
Hmm.
she had met friends of mine and she'd been to places that I love. So it was like I went on a little mini vacation with her.
Hmm.
She's having a good time too. So that was
That's
nice. Yeah, and
yeah.
I'll get enthusiastic about it. I will.
Yeah.
But right now, the world feels heavy to me. Plus, I got a birthday coming up a month from today, March
Hmm.
the 2nd. I got a birthday and it's a big one. It's a big one. But
Yeah.
here's what I'm gonna do, and you have to be there. On the day before, which is the 1st of March, I'm gonna get everybody over at the temple. We're gonna have a crow party. Have you heard about those?
No.
It's where instead of bringing a present, you bring something shiny
Mm,
and you put all the shiny things on the table, and if you brought something, you have to take something with you. So,
okay.
and it's a crow party.
I
And
love
I'm not
that.
make it not make it a raven party, but a crow party. And that'll be fun. That's what I'm gonna have for my birthday.
Yeah,
That'll be on the 1st, and I'll let you know.
that
I'll
sounds
send
fun.
you an invitation.
Thank you. Thank you. Ah, thank
Yeah.
you.
And and you also have to wear black. You
Oh
wear
my gosh,
black
I don't know
and
if
you
I
bring
can.
something. I know, you bring
Oh,
something shiny.
I'll have to find something black to wear. My.
Where could I'll have to go to Goodwill and pick something up.
Or maybe I could just wear what I've got on right now.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
I got my warm sweatpants on and a black turtleneck. The
Mm,
usual. Black
mm.
scarf. The usual.
Ah. Well, okay, so you're off tomorrow from the shop
I am, believe it or not.
and you'll be spending the day doing something.
Yes, I'll be continuing to get my tax stuff together.
I'll be here at the house. I'm probably going to be on the computer tomorrow
Uh-huh.
until about 12:30. And then I'll take off because I'm going to go. I got a quick and dirty website to make
Oh,
to a
no.
premium
And didn't
company.
you say you've got to go to your allergy guy
Got to go
tomorrow?
see my allergy doctor. And then this guy called, and I think he'll be about, honestly, it'll be maybe, I don't know, 2, 3 days worth of work and a
Oh,
paycheck at the end of it. And
good.
I love those kind of things.
Yes.
So,
Yes,
so
ma'am.
I'm gonna take it on. It's just a premium website. See,
Oh.
so that's why I'm such a bullshitter because I've done all these websites for all these different companies. So like while I'm doing his website, I have to learn everything about doing a premium company, about premium companies and what they do. Or I can't build his website with any accuracy. You know what I'm saying? Because I sure
Yeah.
can't count on them to tell me what to put on it. I have to
No.
come up with it. So,
So
so
you got
that's
to learn
why,
something about it.
right. So that's why I'm such a bullshitter. It's like, okay, all right, I'm gonna pretend I know what I'm talking about here. And he's either gonna
Crazy.
say yay or nay to it.
Well, I hope
So
he says yay and it's not too hard.
I think, thank you. And he sounds like just such a nice person. He's been in business for a long time. It should be easy. I like customers that have a good reputation already, and they're usually easy to work with, and
Mm.
there's usually a reason for that.
Mm-hmm.
So they tend to be the ones that, yeah, that work. And I am at a place in my life where I'm really blunt with them when I talk to them,
Mm-hmm.
and I just tell them,
Probably good.
well, thus far it has been. I'll just tell them the honest truth, which is, I used to do this for a living. I've spent a long time doing it. I'll give you any references you need. But yeah, I retired from it and didn't really look back. But I don't mind having a client every now and then, as long as it's not too much on me. And
Yeah,
I
yeah.
just tell them that
Because
right up front.
you've got plenty on you right now. You
Right.
already got
I
plenty.
explain it
Plenty
and
to do. Yeah.
mm-hmm. Hmm.
I had a funny thing happen today
Was
with
that
this gal who she lives out west of here. And she said, Byron, um, do you, I looked out and there's a whole bunch of robins in my yard. Do you suppose that groundhog was wrong? And I said, which groundhog? And she said, well, the one, the one up in Pennsylvania. And I said,
Punxsutawney
well,
Phil?
yes. And I said, well, how how is it at your house? Is it sunny at your house? And she said, no. And I said, was it sunny this morning? And she said, no, it was overcast all morning. And I said, so the local groundhog, if it was out, would not have seen its shadow. And she said, oh. I said, so we can feel sorry for the people in Pennsylvania because they get 6 more weeks of winter, which they probably would have gotten anyway. But for us, the groundhogs are not out now because they're still in their dens. But if they had been out, they wouldn't have seen their shadow. And she was like, oh, and she was so happy. Oh, that's so good. Thank you. So the robins are right. And I went, well, to see that many robins really early in the year, well, what that means is that you can expect grief. And she was like, oh. I said, well, okay, technically not grief, but disappointment. So that many robins this early in the year does not mean spring is early. It means that you are about to face a disappointment. And she said, well, I liked it better when I thought it was going to be spring. I said,
I'm
well,
disappointed that you
you
said
win.
that.
You win some, you lose some. What can I say? You don't get 6 more weeks of winter, but eh,
Yeah.
it's hard reading those dumb old mountain omens. I should have just said, yes, that's what that means. Don't worry.
Sometimes you get called to say it out loud. Sometimes you get called to just keep your mouth shut about things.
Yeah. Yeah.
I understand that one. I do. Oh, I was thinking, never mind. I can't tell that story. Never mind. I cannot tell that story.
Are those people still alive? You can't tell that story.
Yes, that's exactly what it is, too. So, we've been on the phone for a while
Wow.
now. Long
I
time.
tell you, last week's podcast was really good. Thank you.
Thank you. It was easy. All I had to do was edit out half of it and we were good.
Edit out half of it with all the language in it.
And most of the politics. So
Yeah.
some of the politics. Well, hey, one thing for y'all who are traumatized about what's coming out, now's the time to make your plan on who you're going to call when you need to vent. What are you going to do when you start getting nervous and you feel a
I'm
panic attack
scared.
coming?
Yeah.
Do you need to go talk to your doctor ahead of time? I mean, I'm not advising that really, but make your plans. Understand that
And
this information is not going to be easy to hear.
and and know too that for all of us, it is good if you've got an inner circle of people that you can say stuff to.
Yeah, yeah.
Your ride or dies, and it's not always easy to have that. But even if it's just one or two people that you feel like you can vent to and it won't go any farther, that's a beautiful place to be in, and it's a
Mhm.
healthy place to be too.
Mhm.
But we did a big old full moon meditation last night, and we talked about comfort and joy. We talked about how, again, if we relocalize everything and your concern is with children, then how are the children where you live? How are the children in your county or your town?
Mhm.
And is the Guardian ad litem program, is it a good one, solid one? I mean, you can find out all the things that are happening for you to be an advocate for for
Mhm.
children right here in your community.
Yeah,
And that will give you something worthwhile to do when you can't do what you really want to do.
yeah. That's very good advice.
We
So
we are we are ladling out the good advice this
we are
afternoon.
so wise old women. I tell you what, I'm going to get going.
Get going. Tell your
Yeah,
mom I said hey and that I'm still her biggest fan.
I will. And hey to everybody out there. Thank you
Yeah.
for listening. I appreciate it. I know Byron does too, don't you?
Well, I do, and our Ilse and Jay are having a hard time tonight. They're
I
going to be
know.
putting down Mr. Henry.
I know.
So we're holding you close, y'all,
Yeah,
and all of you who you or your family going through things. You let us know. We'll hold you as close as we can.
that's right. We will.
Yeah.
Okay.
Love you, all
Love
of
you.
you. Love you, Miss Alicia.
Love you too. We shall see you.
Yeah, we shall see. Well, what we shall see,
Yeah.
as they say. All right,
Yeah.
y'all. See
Bye.
you soon. Bye.
WYRD.